4 Body Language Secrets to Gain Respect from Anyone. Welcome to Stoic Philosophy for Life, where silence builds strength, discipline shapes destiny, and wisdom leads the way. There is a kind of presence that enters a room and speaks before a single word is said. It doesn't demand, it doesn't plead, it simply is. Rooted, silent, unshakable. Respect leans toward it. Weakness recoils from it. This presence is not luck. It is not a gift. It is forged through discipline, clarity, and the mastery of one's own soul. The ancients understood this well. They taught that the body is the first voice of the mind, and if the mind is disciplined, the body will speak with quiet authority. Today we walk that path together, and we uncover 4 Stoic body language secrets that, when lived, not performed, can command respect from anyone. 1. The still posture of the inner fortress. Stillness is not weakness. It is warning. The first law of commanding respect. Do not fidget. Do not twitch. Do not sway. Your body should not look like it's searching for permission to exist. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire. Yet he reminded himself, be like the rock, against which the waves continually crash, but which stands unmoved and the raging of the sea falls still around it. Stand upright, but relaxed, chin neither raised in arrogance nor lowered in submission. Shoulders set back, not to intimidate, but to honor the breath of a collected soul. Your stillness sends a silent but thunderous message. I am unmoved by your approval. I am unafraid of your judgment. When you stand like a man who cannot be shaken by either praise or insult, you become someone others instinctively watch and instinctively respect. 2. The gaze that does not flinch. The eyes are not weapons. They are windows. A Stoic gaze is steady, not aggressive. Focused, not forceful. Seneca warned against eyes that dart and shift, calling it a sign of a disturbed mind. Look people in the eye, not to challenge, but to be fully present. When you meet someone's gaze calmly and firmly, you show you are there, not hiding. You show emotional control without ever having to say it. In a world dominated by insecure boasting and impulsive reactions, control is magnetic. Hold the gaze long enough to show presence, not to dominate, but to exist fully. Because when a man can meet the world's eyes without blinking, he tells the world without words, I am complete within myself. 3. The hands of the disciplined. Your hands betray you before your voice ever does. They flutter when you are nervous. They clench when you are angry. They twitch when you are unsure. But the Stoic man, his hands are calm. His movements are deliberate. His gestures are rare, but when they happen, they are precise. Epictetus, who lived as a slave before he lived as a philosopher, said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things beyond our control. And nothing is more beyond your control than other people's opinions. So stop trying to convince. Stop trying to prove. Let your hands reflect your peace, not your panic. They rest calmly by your sides. They move only when clarity demands it. This isn't performance. This is reality. The calmer your body, the deeper your presence is felt. 4. The breath that governs the moment. Before you move, before you speak, you breathe. Breath is the rhythm of the soul. The undisciplined man breathes shallowly, reacts impulsively. The Stoic breathes deeply, steadily, purposefully. Marcus Aurelius wrote, when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Breathing is not just survival. It is dominion. Control. Your breath and you control your state. In the fire of insult, in the silence of judgment, in the heat of conflict, it is the breath that guards the mind. Before you respond, breathe. Before you react, breathe. Before you decide, breathe. A man whose breath remains slow when the world rushes is a man who commands invisible authority. He speaks after the world has already revealed itself. And when he does, he speaks with the weight of silence, the essence of Stoic body language. It is not about intimidation. It is not about performance. It is about alignment. When the soul is disciplined, the body follows. Stillness instead of fidgeting. Calm gaze instead of reactive glances. Steady hands instead of nervous movements. Controlled breath instead of chaotic panic. In Stoic philosophy, body language is not a manipulation tactic. It is a mirror of who you truly are. When you carry yourself like a man who answers only to virtue, not to emotion, not to insecurity, not to pride, respect is the natural consequence. You do not have to demand it. You become it. You do not shout your worth. You embody it. Final words. Become the presence that moves the room in a world obsessed with noise. We choose silence. In a world desperate for attention, we choose presence. We do not chase validation. We do not explain ourselves. We do not beg. We walk into the room and become the ground others steady themselves upon. If you felt the call in these words, it's because you are ready. Ready to stop performing and start becoming. Like this video. Share it with a brother who understands. Subscribe for more wisdom sharpened in stillness. Until next time, stand still, breathe deeply. Let your body speak for the disciplined soul within.